Let's talk Cleveland Browns. Um, the Cleveland Browns got mollywopped in week two. By score, not necessarily by play. 41 to 17 to the Baltimore Ravens. So let's talk about this game. Overall, once again, the Browns defense played really well. They held Lamar Jackson to, I think, less than 250 total yards of offense. They held Derrick Henry under 25 yards rushing. And if you look at the touchdown, and actually the Browns outgained Baltimore 242 to 323. The Browns defense was pretty dominant in this game. The biggest issue obviously being your third corners, in this case, third and fourth corners. Denzel Ward went out with cramps, so you had some issues in the back end. You gave all your explosives and all of your touchdowns were on either Cam Mitchell and or Miles Harden. One, Ward, we got to have you on the field. Newsom's been playing pretty well, although Zay Flowers was eating him up on them digs and crossers. Um, so the Browns have to figure out the third corner situation. I don't know if there's anybody out there available that's a decent man cover or corner than or better than what we already have. But that needs to be addressed because otherwise, this front seven and the rest of the secondary really played well. Myles Garrett with another sack and a half. He's on the tear. I think obviously if we were winning, I think he'd be the front runner for defensive player of the year. Um, I would truly think he can get 20 sacks this year, maybe even break the record, depending on health, of course, all that good stuff. Devin Bush led us with 8 tackles. He made a lot of plays. Uh, should have had a pick in the end zone. Played really well as far as got a sack on Lamar Jackson. Defensively, Mason Graham, front seven, played, like I said, really well. That defensive line has been dominant, stopping the run, getting after the passer. And you've seen series where they've been able to take over games. So we got to see. Um, Overall, the defense, I don't have a lot to say. Like I said, if you get better play from your third and fourth corners, a lot of those explosives don't happen. Um, but the biggest issue in this game was offense and special teams. Start with special teams. You gave up the punt return, which I think led to a field goal. You gave up the fumble. Oh no, sorry, the blocked field goal or blocked punt rather. Uh, that ended up leading to the first score of the game or the first touchdown of the game. You can't give good teams short fields, man. You just can't. And where it's four down territory and Lamar has four chances to score. Just can't do it. So Bubba Fintrone in this special teams unit hasn't been good since he's been here. I think this is year three. Uh, it wasn't good with Mike Prefer. At this point, I don't know what that solution is, but it needs to be taken care of ASAP because you can't lose games on your special teams. Special teams gave up points, basically 10 points. The offense, Flacco basically gave up a pick six. It went down to the five, and then the fumble recovery for a touchdown by Roquan Smith. Can't do it, man. You can't do it. Um, the offense got to be more helpful. The passing game, very minimal explosives. I feel like the screen game has not been good. Roquan and them was sitting on it. Paul's sitting on the screens, rallying to the ball, doing all the stuff that really good defenses do. And you're about to play a couple more good defenses coming up. So we need some creativity in this offense. We got the debut of Quinshon Judkins, 61 yards on the ground, most of those coming in garbage time. But what I will say, down to down, his runs were better and more efficient any than any point we've had earlier this year and really late last year. So I'm really excited to see what he can do with more than 2 days of practice. I think he's just going to get better and better. And the Browns are going to have to lean on him. Like if the Browns want to do what they want to do, which is run the ball, control the clock, and not have Joe Flacco throw it 45 times, which he's done, I believe, the first two games of the season. Like, yeah, 45 times. You cannot do that. So Quinshon Judkins got to get 20 carries. I know they're not big on the 20 carries. You know, that was the magic number with Nick Chubb was the 20 carries. But you got to lean on this run game. If not for anything, keep the defense fresh. But Judkins, for the most part, I think so that was a 31-yard run. So before that, he was 9 carries for 31 yards, which puts you a little over three a carry, um, which isn't great, but you can live with that. That means if you're running on first, you're running on second. In theory, you at third and four, you can run anything. You can play action. You can run it again and have a short fourth down. You can run a screen. You can quick game. You can take a shot. You can do anything at third and fourth. You can live in third and four. So I think Judkins need to get the ball early and often. The screen game has to be more effective. Has to be. That used to be Stefanski's bread and butter. Um, but yeah, you got Fannin, you got Njoku. They should be eating up the middle of the field, attacking them on some hollow stuff, crossers. But if a team's going to sit back like the Ravens did and have seven in coverage and have only rushing four, your line got to hold up one, and then two, um, you have to force the issue. You have to be able to run the ball. Your line got to hold up against four, and that's going to make people creep down into that box or make them send extra people to try to stop the run. That brings me to my next point. Why can't we run? I haven't looked at any all 22. So all 22 game, don't get on me. But from what I saw, or a lot of the times, man, the line got to get some push, man. Specifically in the interior. Um, at some point you got to play the young guys. Tevin Jenkins ain't super young, but you got to play him at some point. That's kind of my sentiments on like the entire team. Play the young guys. Uh, Tevin Jenkins, because Tevin Jenkins, there's a really good chance he's one of your starting guards or maybe your starting tackle next year. At some point, you need to see him, see if he can stay healthy. Luke Whippler's probably gonna be your starting center next year. See what he can do, because Postage ain't been good in a while. And ever since I seen Postage get blown up at Pittsburgh or versus Pittsburgh last year by Landon Roberts, I said, "Yeah, it might be over, brother." Um, yeah, so I'd like to see what the what some of the younger guys got and what they can do and how impactful that they can be on the offensive line because we need to push. Joe Batonio did not practice today with his back. We need to see. I gotta see because you got to get this running game going so that everything else opens up off of that. And Flacco's not throwing 45 times. And I'm also ready for Flacco to not start. Beginning of the season, I was with it, but he's so immobile that that's another reason why they can just sit back before because his escapability is zero. Um, his mobility, zero. Like you can't run the full Stefanski offense. All his play actions are like the traditional play action where you just play action and you set up in the pocket. Like you can't push the pocket, you can't roll out, you can't boot because he getting caught before the boot. So like there's no threat. And obviously we don't have like some kind of running quarterback on the roster, but Dylan Gabriel, not Samson, can get he can get around on the boots. Like he's mobile enough to do that. And Shador Sanders is mobile enough to do that. Like you need that time, that kind of mobility. And I mean, probably and for sure, Joe Flacco gives you the best chance to win, but at the same time, his limitations are hurting you. And you're about to play Green Bay, really good defense. And they're gonna do the same thing that Baltimore did. Now your hopes is that their corners aren't as good as Baltimore's, and they're not. So maybe you can find some plays on the outside, but the offense needs a lot. Like you're gonna hear me say it. The receivers gotta catch the ball. Judy, be your number one. You gotta catch the ball. We need some yak. Like we need something. We're getting none of that. It's literally catch the ball, tackle, drop the ball. run. When we're running, it's like 2 yards in a cloud of dust, or you get 3 yards, then you lose 3 yards. Like nothing's been sustainable, and it's gonna take some time. But at the same time, we're running out of time, so we definitely got to get that going. There's a narrative that hey, you know what? I'm not even gonna get to the narratives. Um, so yeah, the Browns got a lot of work to do. Moving on, I'm gonna do some game preview stuff later in the week. Uh, when I have some more time, but specifically, that's kind of my recap from this past week. Uh, Defense played well, but we need turnovers. We need to fix the cornerback three position. I don't expect you to have four good corners, but we need a third corner. So that nickel slash cornerback three needs to be addressed. They got to turn the ball over to help the offense with some short fields. And other than that, keep playing the way you're playing. Grant Delpit playing some of the best ball I've seen, poking out balls in the end zone, coming up and run defense, playing against receivers. Keep playing like that, Grant. Um, Offensively, Judkins need 20 carries. Uh, let's get younger on this offensive line, and let's get back to the old bag. Let's get back to the old Stefanski bag, man. Let's get back to the old Stefanski bag. We do that, the offense will look better, and the offense looks better. The defense is gonna hold their own. So, hey man, that's it.